Hi everyone, so I know what you're thinking. No, I'm not auditioning for the next Gandalf role. This isn't my staff. I'm going to show you how to use a foam roller for thoracic mobilisation. Now, the foam roller that I do have is quite giving. You can get the ones with the different sections on, which are fine. Personally, I find that they're a little bit too hard. So if you can find a foam roller that's quite giving, a long one, like this, will do a great job for you. So I'm going to show you a couple of ways of how to mobilise the thoracic spine. We're not going to put any pressure on the necks, the cervical spine or the lumbar spine, so our lower spine. So that's completely that middle section. We're going to initially warm up the tissue. So what we're going to do is place the foam roller across, hands behind the back of the head, just for a little bit of support. And we're going to slowly just warm the tissue up. Okay, so I'm going nice and slow and rolling, and there's not a lot of pressure through that foam roller. Now when I find a tender spot, what I'm going to do is just place my bottom down to the mat, hands stay behind the back of the head. Now what I'm going to try and do is tuck my chin towards my neck and hold that position throughout. I'm going to take a nice deep breath in. As I breathe out, I'm just going to arch my back over the foam roller, and then I breathe in, I come back up. Okay, so the same thing again, so we breathe in, out, arch back over the foam roller. So notice my head isn't dropping backwards like this into extension. So I'm keeping that chin tucked in as much as I can, eyes picking a spot on the ceiling, and just keep on looking at that spot, and then you just come back up. You do that 2 or 3 times, and then what you're going to do is just find another spot that feels tender, hold that position, again tuck the chin in, hands behind the back of the head just for a little bit of support, deep breath in, and then out. So then you're just going to come back over, breathe in, and take the pressure off. And we go again. So we're breathing in and out. Keep that chin tucked in and then coming back up. So you don't have to do that for the whole spine. It's just those sections that feel a little bit tender. Okay, we're going to mobilise it 2 to 3 times, and that'll be enough. You can then go into a different section, and you might just find that you do that 2 or 3 times throughout the whole section of that thoracic spine. So the next one that we're going to do is the foam roller is going to go lengthways. So your whole spine is going to end up being placed onto that foam roller. What I want to try and do is my head is going to go up one end, and my sacrum, so that base of the spine, is going to come down the other. Now this is a bit of a balancing technique. So what you can do, and you can do it on the first one as well, is if you don't have a foam roller, you could just use like a rolled up towel. It's not as obviously structurally solid as a foam roller like this, but it will still work. Okay, so place the head onto the foam roller. My base of my spine, so my sacrum, is sitting on there as well. So initially what I'm going to do is just balance, and I'm going to take some nice deep breaths in, and then just allow my body to get settled. Now the process of the breathing is exactly the same as the last one. So we're going to breathe in and take a nice deep breath in. As we breathe out, our upper body is going to rotate one way, and we're going to drop our legs, our knees, the other way. So not too far, but just so I can maintain that balance. I breathe in, and I come back to the middle. I breathe out, I rotate the upper body the opposite way, and then the legs go the other way to the upper body. We come back in, and we do it again. So we breathe in, out, upper body rotates one way, legs go the other, breathe in, and then out, and then we're just going to go the other way. So I only go as far as feels comfortable. Okay, you're going to do that for about 4 to 5 times. You could go up to about 8 times on that if you wanted to, and we'll just get that rotation on the spine. So you'll find this is really good for Sports such as running's a really good one, because if you think when you run through your gait, you need that rotation. I see a lot of people when they're out and about and they're just stuck in one plane. Now, when you are not moving from the thoracic, you have to move from somewhere to get that rotation. And generally speaking, it's from your lumbar. So if you're doing a lot of running and you find midway through your run, you get a bit of lower back issue, it could potentially be to do with that rotation. Other sports such as like tennis, golf, any kind of like throwing activities where you need that rotation, this is a good one to do because you need to balance both ways. It's also really good for people that are office workers, where you're stuck in a chair all day, or maybe driving. So it's a really, really good one to do for that.